Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for, just wanted to make sure I was actually recording, for your next big change. We're doing this reading because Pluto is entering into Aquarius on November 18th. You have this Yin card and this Fates card. I love this card. It can say that there is fated things are happening for you at this time. The Yin energy card is like a more passive energy. It's about being in that kind of more receptive mode, which is kind of what I feel for you, is that you should be more in receptive mode. It's actually something that I've kind of noticed in all of this set of readings. I've done about 8 of these readings so far, and pretty much everyone has had something about, being in receptive mode, or, being willing to receive, and also not trying to force things to happen also comes up. So I think that would be a great energy for you to be in. Pluto in Aquarius, I think, is going to be rather positive for Aquarius. It's difficult. It was difficult for Capricorn, but I think that overall it's going to be much more positive for most people. So again, I wouldn't. It's not like it's that big of a deal. The other thing is, I would say, I think people make too big of a deal out of Pluto in the first place because it's very far away, even though it is very close when it's in Aquarius. Because when it's in Capricorn, it's as close to the Earth as it can be. It's like here, and then it shoots way out here, but it's still very far away. So Pluto is generational. It spends 20 years in most signs. It spends like 30 years in Taurus, for example, as well, because of its orbit. So, it really affects a generation. It's not so much personal, but it still is going to bring some major changes, and that's what we're going to look at. You have the Four Swords Strength card and the King of Swords, pretty much all very passive energies. The Four Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering, and hoping and praying and asking for blessings. There's a person blessing another person in the stained glass window. So it is a more like passive energy. And again, I think this is a good thing, not a bad thing. I think, obviously if we can just be in receptive mode, then we're not having to like force things to happen. Things come much easier when we are in that mode. You also have the Strength card, which is also very similar. There are 2 cards of control in the tarot, the Chariot and the Strength card. Chariot is hard control. The Strength card is soft control. It is a card of controlling things by controlling yourself passively. And she's doing this by taming this lion that is on the card. The lion is like her inner voice, her inner critic, her inner demons, and she is in control of what that inner voice is saying to her. And so that is how she is taking control of her life. So, and again, this is another thing that I really just didn't see for Pluto and Aquarius, is the whole, like, kind of taking control of your voice or more internal work. I guess it makes sense, for sure, now, thinking about it, but, I really didn't see it earlier, before I did these readings. But, pretty much everyone has had something about really needing to quiet that voice in the back of your head that says you can't do things and turn it into a voice that says you can. You have the King of Swords, which could be you. So, this could be you showing up in a strong position, which obviously whenever you show up as yourself in a reading, it puts you in a position of power and strength and really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So, I like to see that as well. The other thing that I didn't really expect in these readings is the amount of clarity. You have the King and Queen of Swords, which are both really good cards of clarity. So people could just be feeling more clear very quickly with Pluto and Aquarius, and that could be a big change. With the Four Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy, and Empress is receptive mode. So I think that being in receptive mode would be a good idea. It's going to be an amazing time for you to shine bright. It's going to be an amazing time for Aquarius to get attention. She has these grapes behind her, and the grapes behind her, grapes in the tarot represent something that's very difficult to grow, but she can do it well. And so the grapes kind of represent a skill that you have that most people are either not good at or can't do, but you can do it well. So I think that it will be an amazing time for you to get attention with your skills. I also think you could be getting attention because of your strength, anything that you've been through, you could feel like you are kind of getting recognition or standing out for the things that you've done. Also, by the way, another thing that I've noticed is the increase in finances. So, money could actually really be getting better for people, which is great. With the Strength card, you have the Three of Pentacles. Yes, I think I said this to you in one of your recent readings, that you need to be the leader at this time, literally. I literally feel that Pluto and Aquarius is encouraging Aquarius to take the lead on things. Like, he's standing on this bench or like a pedestal, and these people are coming in a support role. They are supporting his vision that he has created up here, and it's part of quality work. So Pluto and Aquarius is all about the collective, and anything you can do to work with other people is going to be very beneficial for you. But I would also make sure that, again, if you are working with other people, that they're coming in a support role. Like, you should be number one here, Aquarius. And then it's not saying these people are less than you or anything like that, but it's like you need to be the one that is in charge. If I feel like if you're, there's nothing wrong with helping people, right? That's not what I'm saying here. But I feel like if you are, if you are entering into projects where you're not the leader, they're probably just not going to work as well. With the King of Swords, you have the Devil. Yeah, I would be careful of a past person here. I do not like the King and Queen of Swords together, and especially this year, 2024, for the rest of the year, and even a little bit into 2025. I would be careful of past people returning. We have so many retrogrades that it could bring past toxic people back into your life. And the King and Queen of Swords are my least favorite divine counterparts because they don't see eye to eye. So I would definitely be careful of a past person. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you at this time, you have this dragon card that says Ancient Wisdom, Protector, and Magic, and you have this Komodo dragon that says Ferocity, Survival Instinct, and Revolutionary Change. Pluto in Aquarius is literally revolutionary change. So I think you are noticing the changes. I think the Ancient Wisdom part of this dragon card is saying that there are things that you have always known, just in general, about life. And I think that a lot of those things are either coming true or you're kind of like being proven right is kind of the energy I get here. So again, I think this is more a leader energy. It's like saying that you know the truth about the future, and a lot of people could be taking your lead. And I think for Aquarius, it's also really important that you make sure that you operate through integrity over the next 20 years, because again, a lot of people are going to be watching you, and it's a little bit creepy, but I always tell people, like, imagine if you're always on camera, right? It's like, that's how I would live my life over the next 20 years if I were you, as if people are always watching. And again, not in a creepy way, not in a weird way, but more in the sense that, that you always do the right thing. And I think you will. I'm not saying you wouldn't, but I would just make sure that you do with those cards. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Emperor. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. And so I think for a lot of you, you are experiencing financial changes. I also feel like kind of a lame message, but I feel you're just ready for change. He's looking at these Seven Pentacles and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is it worth it to keep putting energy into these Seven Pentacles? Or is there something different or better that I could be doing with my time? And so I feel a lot of you could be just thinking about, that you need to upgrade and make changes in your life. And I really don't get much here. You have the Queen of Swords, again, great clarity. So this is definitely something I really didn't expect, but I'm also not surprised to see it. She only has clouds halfway up her body, and she is seeing clearly for the first time. So Pluto in Aquarius could kind of remove the blinders. One thing I will say that does make sense is that in 2026, right at the beginning of 2026, Neptune will be moving into Aries. Neptune in Pisces is like a total illusion. So we're definitely getting closer to a time where we will be seeing things more clearly, and we will probably be seeing a lot of illusions falling apart. And so, again, it, makes sense to me based off of the time. And, you can see this with things like, celebrities being exposed for certain things like Diddy, stuff like that. So, we can look at the world and we can already see that these things are happening. And as we get closer to 2026, this energy will only be expanding and will be getting faster. So, Diddy and Epstein are the tip of the iceberg, right? And I think that a lot of people, but on a personal level, who cares about the celebrities? I would say on a personal level, we could be understanding the truth of our lives, like our purpose, what we're supposed to be doing. Things that haven't been clear can become clear, and that's what I feel with the Queen of Swords. With the Emperor here, I do feel like you will be taking some action. You have that Yin energy card, which is more receptive mode. King of Swords, the Emperor is an action-taking card. So, we do have to practice balance, of course, and just because a reading says that you have to be in receptive mode doesn't mean that you will never take action on anything over the next 20 years. I think what is important with the Emperor is that he is in receptive mode. He is just sitting here on his throne, but he has his armor on underneath his cloak. So he is in receptive mode, but he's just waiting for an opportunity. The armor on underneath his cloak says when an opportunity presents itself, he will take action. So again, I think that you're staying in receptive mode. Maybe you're not like forcing things to happen in life, but when an opportunity comes along, I think you're going to jump on it and take action. And that's really what the Emperor is about. It's not about like hard work just to work hard. It's about, kind of waiting for the right opportunities and doubling down on the good opportunities And that's, if I were you, that's what I would be doing over the next 20 years with the Emperor. Is like, just kind of like, I don't think it's so much about the quantity of opportunities that you're going to take advantage of. Three of Pentacles is a card of quality, and I really see you having more quality opportunities that you're going to take advantage of. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. I think there are certain things that just don't align with who you are any longer, and I feel this card is saying that you are maybe changing your belief system, or there are certain things that you don't believe to be true anymore, and you're just making those changes. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Chariot. There you go. Like we said, soft control, hard control right here. And, there is something about the balance of the two in this reading. The yin energy and the Emperor, the strength and the Chariot. I think these are both saying there are going to be moments, like I think maybe 70% of the time for the next 20 years, literally, that there will be moments where you're kind of more just not doing much. I think you're taking action, but you're just not forcing things to happen. And then I think what's important is being able to recognize those moments where you should really double down on the energy and make something happen. And that's what I would practice here, is like being able to tell the difference between a good opportunity and a bad opportunity in all areas of your life. And I do think you have learned this probably over the last 20 years. So it's like you do know what to do. Yeah, with the Emperor, you have the Sun, best card in the deck. So I think that, number one, there's a lot of happiness and joy coming in for you, but the sun shines a light on things that are important. So the sun shines a light on things, and these things are things that capture our attention. So if there are things that you're paying attention to, or things that your brain keeps making you think about, those are probably the things that you should take action on. If you don't feel excited and don't feel like something will fulfill you, then don't do it, plain and simple. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this full moon in Cancer. It says a personal issue reaches resolution. You also have this new moon in Sagittarius. It says luck is on your side. So you could be entering into a very lucky time. And, again, a lot of people have the Wheel of Fortune in this set of readings, so it definitely could be a time where people feel more lucky. Do I think it's really luck? I would say no. I think that all the preparation we had to do during Pluto in Capricorn, but also in 2016, we had Saturn in Capricorn. And so, I think we have to look at the energy as a whole, everything that we've learned since like 2012 until now, right? And I think since maybe even 2008, right? So I think you need to think back to that time, like 2008, between 2008 2012. What were you doing? And that's what could be reaching a resolution now. Like I don't think you're going to be waiting until the end of Pluto in Aquarius. It could happen like now at the beginning of Pluto in Aquarius, where you're kind of reaching a resolution. But this resolution could be a good thing. It could be something you've been working towards, and you're finally feeling like it's moving forward. With that luck is on your side card. You have the Nine of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Nine of Wands, of course, says don't give up, so keep working towards whatever you're working towards. Also, Pluto in Aquarius is an amazing time for experimentation. And the Nine of Wands is about throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to innovate and experiment. You have the Page of Swords. It would also be an amazing time for you to be curious. I think that, if you're curious about anything at all, period, I would move towards it, whatever it is. It could be like a new idea, a new person, a new job, a new business, a new friend. It doesn't matter what it is, but I would allow your curiosity to kind of like run wild at this time and just be playful with life. The Page of Swords is the child. He is just curious and playful, and he plays with things and doesn't take it too seriously. Yin energy, more passive energy, not so much like this needs to work, but more like I'm just going to see what this experience brings me. If it works, great. If it doesn't bring me anything, that's great too. I learned something, right? And I think that would be an amazing energy for you to adopt, like right at the beginning of Pluto and Aquarius. You have the Three of Cups. So definitely new friends, new places is what I'm hearing here. So some of you could be moving with the Chariot, or you could be like changing jobs, meeting new people. But I do feel like your surroundings, as in the people that surround you, are probably going to undergo a big change during this time as well. And it's going to be a good thing. With the Nine of Wands, you have the King of Cups. This is about allowing your emotions to guide you as well. Your heart will not steer you wrong. The King of Cups has explored his emotions to a very deep level. And so he understands how he feels about everything that's going on in his life because he's explored his emotions. And I feel he has this boat back here. And the boat on the King of Cups represents something very specific. It represents kind of like stepping into the unknown, going on a journey of the unknown. And so even though he's going to be doing things that he doesn't know, he is willing to learn, but he also trusts his emotions to steer him in the right direction. So, I think even though you could be doing a lot of new things over the next 20 years, that says, really, if you trust your emotions, you won't be steered wrong. With the Page of Swords, yes, Seven of Pentacles, you've already been thinking about making a change, is what that says to me. So, I don't know. There's no reason to beat a dead horse here. I think you're making a change. With the Three of Cups, you have the Two of Swords. I would encourage you to upgrade your friend group. That doesn't mean you have to cut anyone out or anything, but I think the cliche advice of life is that you are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And the Two of Swords, has this new island behind her. So in this situation, I feel it would be talking about you surrounding yourself with new people. You have this Sacred Journey card and this Akashic Record card. Yes, a lot of you could be on some sort of journey with that King of Cups and the Chariot. It's like you're traveling through life. And I feel, I kind of feel good about this because I feel like it's saying that you're on the right path. I almost feel like these 2 cards are just confirmation for the journey you're on. You also have that Fates card, which says you're probably, doing things that have to do with your fate. You have the Five of Cups, Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. This is all showing up in the good stuff. So even though all 3 of these cards would traditionally be challenging, I think this is a good thing. The Five of Cups is about being grateful for what you have, and we have the Nine of Pentacles here as well. And to get the benefits of the Nine of Pentacles, one of the things we have to do is be grateful. And so I think a lot of you are practicing gratitude more with the Five of Cups, and because of that, you're probably getting the benefits of practicing gratitude. You have the Eight of Swords. It's like new solutions are becoming available to you is what I feel with the Eight of Swords and also the Two of Swords. I look at the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords as being very similar. Both these ladies on the card are stuck, and the Eight of Swords is about realizing that there's more than one way to accomplish anything that you're trying to accomplish at this time. So I feel like some of you could be getting unstuck or you're setting yourself free with the Eight of Swords, which is great. And with the Eight of Cups, I think you're walking away from things that no longer serve you. It's like you're on this journey of fulfillment. And of course, I do feel like you will be finding fulfillment by going on this journey. I would pay attention to September of next year and August of 2026. So we have 2 more Pisces eclipses coming up, one at the end of September, one on August 28th or something like that I can't remember the exact date, but it's, in 2026, August 2026. And I feel like I kind of feel like this card is saying that even though Pluto will be in Aquarius for the next 20 years, I think that you are going to experience the bulk of your changes between now and August of 2026. With the Five of Cups, you have the Four of Pentacles. Working on your stability, I think that you are becoming more financially stable. Like I said, every single sign has had something about financial changes or improving their finances. So I think a lot of you could be, greatly improving your finances here. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Three of Cups, which we have twice here. So Three of Cups is friendships, your community, the people around you. And again, Pluto in Aquarius is all about the collective. So a lot of you could be getting a lot of benefits from the collective. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, anything that causes conflicted feelings, those are the things that I think you need to walk away from, is things that cause conflict. And the whole entire reading says peace, right? We have that Yin energy card, which is a card of, focusing on peace or being at peace. So I would make sure to walk away from things that don't bring you peace. You have this versatility card. Yeah, I mean, Pluto in Aquarius is all about flexibility, so I would say anything you can do. Just if one way to do something doesn't work, try another. Two of Swords, Eight of Swords literally say there are other solutions to whatever you're dealing with. You have this Order card. I do feel like you're bringing more order, King and Queen of Swords, even though I don't like them as divine counterparts. They are both very decisive. They have great discernment. They see things clearly, so I think you're bringing more order to the chaos that has been your life for a while. Next, you have this extremism card, Neptune and Aries. We have Neptune going into Aries in 2026. Neptune and Aries is extremism. It's like extreme ideas, extreme people, extreme circumstances. So I would be careful of people who are trying to force you to believe things or force you to think a certain way and all that other stuff. And anyone who seems extreme probably is. Next, you have this Restlessness card. I would channel your restlessness. I don't actually feel too bad about this. Normally, I don't like this card, but I think restlessness can be very destructive. I do think there will be moments where, you want things to happen faster and all that other good stuff. I think the trick with restlessness is to channel it into something like art, or going for a walk, or taking a karate class, or whatever it is. I would channel that emotion the most. And finally, you have this achievement card. So there you go. Definitely achieving great things during this time. Again, I think Pluto in Aquarius is going to be great for Aquarius. So I would focus on achieving great things. But this looks really good, Aquarius. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your next 20 years.